Hi, Michelle here, Thrifting 101. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. Glad you're stopping in. Have a haul for you today, and it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I hope you enjoy. Up for $2.99 at the Salvation Army. They had a few pieces. The other pieces were a little bit more expensive and not in really good shape, so I just decided to get this one. I don't run into it very often. It's beautiful. It's by Ellie Smith. It's called Mount Pleasant Black Amethyst, and it's called Black Amethyst because if you hold it to the light, you'll see that the glass is actually amethyst. And it's pretty cool. A couple of different companies made them. This, as I said, is in the Mount Pleasant pattern. That dates between 1925 and 1930s, the early 30s. They started making in the mid 30s. A lot of the black glass patterns were a little different. You can tell right here, just by the rim, that this is in the Black Pleasant pattern. But they started decorating a lot, as you can see right here, with flowers. They made a 2 daisy, and they made just a bunch of different ones with Ellie Smith pattern numbers, and they're pretty well known for these pieces. I'm going to ask about $20 for this Mount Pleasant Black Amethyst piece. And just a fun fact, which I think I might have even mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again, is that Smith Company was best known for producing the very first headlight lenses for the Model T Ford Company. And Smith Company is still in business now, except they're known as Smith Glass Company, not Ellie Smith. I picked up this pretty pottery sugar bowl at the Goodwill. I paid $1.99 for it, and you probably can't see it on the bottom, but it says right here, made in Japan. And I've been picking up a lot of these strawberry and floral patterns recently, or over the last few months, and they're all different companies. I wasn't able to identify this. Originally, when I picked it up, I thought it was a match to my McCoy jam jar, but if I was thinking about it, I would have known that it said made in Japan on the bottom, so it wasn't McCoy, which is made in the USA. Anyways, I see them selling, and they're all unbranded, and I couldn't find the maker anywhere, for about $15, and they look to me to be 1970s, 1980s. Really nice condition. No chips, no cracks. As I was checking out of the Salvation Army, they have like a bin, and there's all sorts of things in there that I don't usually look at, but I did because the line was long, and I did find this, and I thought it was kind of cool. It says, it's Vera Bradley. It says suggested retail price $18, and here they mark their, sometimes they mark these, what do you call them? Whatever you call them. So this was $1.99. I wasn't quite sure what it was. So they're called market totes. It says right there. I'm going to pull them out for you for the first time. I'm really bad at getting these back in, so I probably won't get them back in as nice as they are now, obviously unused. But I thought they were pretty cool. I'm going to get this one open. And we do a lot of shopping, you know, where these would come in handy. We forget sometimes to bring bags, so I can just keep these. This one's pretty pattern. In my pocketbook, I can get it back in, and I won't have to worry about forgetting bags anymore. I think they're pretty cool. I think they sell online. I've seen them sell. Sorry about that. I guess this is the same one in just a reverse color. They sell for about $10. Say Vera Bradley right there. It's kind of a neat little item. Salvation Army was purple, half price this week, so I picked up these two Corning pieces. They weren't exactly in the same spot, but I like picking these up, especially for 50 cents. It's just a metal cradle, and here I'll show you. You can put your Corningware on there, and also your Pyrex pieces fit really nice on there. And I also was able to pick up a twist and lock handle lock holder, which I love finding these. And I have one, I use it all the time. This is what you do. You put it on the handle, you twist it, and you don't burn yourself. And they sell pretty well. I sell them for about $5. And I think the cradle, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to sell it or what they sell for, but I'll let you know if I decide to sell it. If anybody's interested, let me know. Picked this up at the Goodwill for 50 cents. It's a really nice shape. It's Culver in the Valencia pattern. It's an old-fashioned glass. It's 3.5 inches tall. A lot of people confuse this with the lowball glass, which is also 3.5 inches tall, but the shape's a little different. They produced the Valencia pattern in 1962. It's 22 karat gold, as all of the mid-century Culver is. It doesn't say Culver on here anywhere, which usually when I find a piece, that always does, so I was a little surprised, but it's pretty easy pattern to recognize. It's in really good condition. I think I'm going to ask about $5 for it. $0.99 at the Salvation Army. It's Corning in the Callaway, or a lot of people call it Callaway Ivy pattern. It's a carafe thermos in really nice shape, although I did notice when I got it home, there's just a bit of a little seam split there. I don't think it really affects the inside of it. It's really nice condition. They actually stopped producing Callaway just recently. I think this year they discontinued Callaway. This piece they discontinued a while ago, though. Probably dates to I think the 1980s. In perfect condition, they sell for about $20. Now that I got it home and see the seam split a little bit here, it's not totally perfect. I think I'll ask 10. Found a piece of restaurant wear Shenango rim roll. Paid $1.99 for it. The rim roll, I'll turn it over again right here. You can see it has a double roll right there. They made lots of different pieces in the rim roll, and they market it as a shock absorber. It helped buffet the chipping of the edges, gave it more of a 50% chance of absorption. And it's also Incaware, which simply is a tan-bodied Shenango restaurant wear. The rim roll dates between 1939 and 1950. The Incaware dates between 1927 and 1954. So I'm going to put this 10.5-inch oval platter right around probably the mid-1950s. And rim roll and Incaware, excuse me, a little bit of a cold, were both trademark names under Shenango. I'm going to sell it for, I'm going to ask about $15 for it. Picked up this pretty pie plate. I think I paid 50 cents for it at the Goodwill. It's Currier and Ives pattern, very popular pattern back in the 50s. This dates 1950 to 1970. It's Royal China by Jeanette. It's a 10-inch pie plate. It's in perfect condition. This scene right here is half Snowy Morn, and the half refers to all the white here. They also made a Snowy Morn, which was more blue here, had a very, very small bit of white there. They did come in about 6 different scenes. Royal China was sold to the Jeanette Company in late 1969. They stopped producing this in 1970, so I'm going to say this is 1969 or 1970 piece, and I'm going to ask $10 for it. Picked up this beautiful little Royal Albert mini creamer. It's got a 1960s, 1970s back stamp on it. It's in beautiful condition. I paid 99 cents for it because it has a really pretty pale white and yellow rose on this side. And on this side here, it has a little more bit of a pink in it. Nice condition. I paid 99 cents for it. I think I'm going to ask about $15 for it. Royal Albert actually dates all the way back to 1904, but actually even earlier than that, because in 1896, they started out as Albert Works, and they started with China commemorating the birth of Prince Albert, and that was in 1895. Every now and then, if the price is right, I pick up these kind of fun thermal jumbo mugs with advertising on them, because you never know who's looking for them. This one's in fairly good condition. It's probably, I would say, late 80s to an early 90s piece. I paid 50 cents for it. In really great condition, they sell for $18 to $20. This is obviously not in really great condition, so I think I'll ask about 10. I saw this at the Goodwill. It was marked $4.99 and I really liked it. And I had a pretty good idea what it was, so I did pick it up. I don't see them very often. When I saw it, I thought it was either Lancaster glass or Fostoria. I can't say for sure. I haven't been able to find this pattern, and I've been looking really hard. I can tell you, though, that it's depression wear, and it does have uranium in it. And they used to call uranium glass or yellow glass canary glass pre-1900. This is actually called or referred to as yellow topaz. They go for about $20. I'm still going to try and see if I can hunt down the pattern. I picked this up at the Salvation Army. I did pay $1.99 for it, but it kind of caught my eyes. It's really adorable. It's an UNESCO Precious Moments 2004 figurine. It's called, as you can see, Tickled Pink. It was part of, I think they had 3 of them. It was part of, what's that word I'm looking for? Part of a set. It was part of a set. It also had a You Make Me Blush, which was a really cute compact figurine, and a Heaven Scent, which was a perfume bottle. And this here sells for about $10. Love finding Anchor Hocking sandwich glass, especially in the forest green, and I was able to pick up all these pieces for $2. There's 7 pieces here. Anchor Hocking sandwich forest green, which is simply what it's called, sandwich forest green. Dates between about 1939 to 1964. And a lot of these pieces, the smaller pieces, which these are all small pieces, were packed in crystal wedding oats boxes. And they were also sold at gas stations, and some were sold at grocery stores. I have right here, I have 4 9-ounce juice glasses or tumblers. I have a custard cup here, which is in really nice shape. They're all in nice shape. I have a little fruit and berry bowl, and the berry bowls, or not the berry bowls, but the custard cups came with a liner, and I thought this was the liner, but this is actually a little too big to be a liner. It has an indent, so I wouldn't have thought it was a bread and butter plate, but I think it is a bread and butter plate based on what I've seen, and the liners for the custard cups were a little smaller. This is a 5 3/4 inch plate, and the custard liners were only 4 3/8. But they still match up really well. I'm probably going to sell it all off as a set for $25. And sandwich glass, in case you weren't familiar with that term, took the name from the Boston and Sandwich Glass Company out of Cape Cod, and they started the original sandwich glass pattern, which is simply a floral and scroll pattern. I did want to mention that if you're looking for sandwich glass, Anchor Hocking sandwich glass, or if you happen to see it in a thrift store, if you see the pitchers, both the 6-inch and the half-gallon pitchers, they're almost impossible to find, and they're worth like a couple $100. The cookie jar is impossible to find and worth a lot of money. The 8-inch scallop bowls are really hard to find also and worth big bucks, and the dinner plates also. So look for the pitchers, the cookie jar, the dinner plates, and especially the scallop bowls. This is actually a piece of mine. I'm starting to get rid of some of my white milk glass or opalware. If you've been watching my videos, I used to collect every single piece I could find, and now I have way too many. Anyways, this was a Pyrex piece made for Hamilton Beach, although it's not marked right there. You can see it's not marked. It's a 1-quart bowl. It's a smaller one. It's made for the electric mixers. It is 4 7 inches, and it's a really nice shape. I think I'm going to ask $18 free ship for it. 2 6 1/4 cereal bowls, 6 1/4 inch cereal bowls. I picked up for $1.18 each. They're Anchor Hocking in the Savannah Clear pattern. One of the prettiest patterns I think out there. It is discontinued, but it's not really all that old. I think I'm going to ask $4 for the both bowls. I don't think there's very little wear at all. Found these at the Goodwill. They're in excellent condition, unused condition. Paid $1.38 for both of them. They are in the Spice of Life pattern, 1972 to 1987. They are 2 8-ounce old fashions. As I said, they're unused, and they were made by Libby. Arkarock also made these glasses, but even though you wouldn't be able to see it, it does have the little Libby L on the bottom, and I'm going to ask $5 for the set. Goodwill was orange. I picked these up at Goodwill and they were orange. They were marked $3.99, so I paid approximately $2 for them. The boxes has a little water wear to them, but the salt and pepper shakers themselves are in really nice condition. This pattern was new to me, even though it says somewhere right on the box it was fresh cut. And I did look that up. That dates between 1998 and 2000, and they go for about $10 a set. I paid 59 cents for this Melamine platter. It's a Pimpernel. Pimpernel makes lots of different patterns, and they make placemats and lots of different accessories to go with their trays. This tray is the tough skin palette tray, Came in different sizes. It's in wonderful condition. It's a discontinued pattern. They sell, depending on the size, anywhere between $10 and $20. I'll probably ask about $10 for this one. Saw this mug sitting on the shelf at Salvation Army. I think I paid 59 cents for it. I don't think it was half price, but I knew the pattern. It's not marked. There's no marking there. And I knew it was Johnson Brothers. I couldn't remember the name of the pattern until I got home and did a little research, and it was Fruit Sampler, which I know I saw Fruit Sampler before, which dates between 1974 and 1982. But the thing I found out about this that really excited me is you can see there's nothing on the inside. They did make a mug that had a little piece of fruit on the inside. The ones with nothing on the inside are really hard to find. They're called Design Out, and they're much more valuable than the ones with the picture inside, which I would have kind of thought it was the other way around, but I guess it's all about supply and demand. And I'm going to check again, but I think I'm going to ask anywhere between $10 and $20 for the mug itself. I don't know why, but I've been finding a lot of Metlocks lately, and you can see right here I paid $1.99 for it. I did pick it up at the Salvation Army, and I picked up a similar piece a little while ago, and I didn't know what the heck it was. I found out it was a gravy boat, same as this. It's a gravy boat in the classic flower pattern, which dates to 1964. I'm going to ask $10 for it. I saw these at the Salvation Army and I just gravitated to them. I love the colors. I love everything about them. They screamed Art Deco to me. I wasn't quite sure if they were wine glasses or votive holders. And I kind of even asked everybody I could find, do you think these are wine glasses? And the consensus is they probably are wine glasses, but they also, I put a little tea light in here and just make wonderful votive holders. They're a translucent green, as you can see right here, with a black glass vase. I couldn't find anything anywhere on these. I did find somebody who had the matching sugar bowl listed, and all they had to say was that it was a beautiful Art Deco piece. So that's all I can tell you, but they were really, really pretty, and as you can see, I paid 99 cents a piece for them. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, leave me a comment. I don't know if I've worn this before, I might have, but I picked this up at my favorite antique store or vintage store down in Cocoa Village. And yesterday, my girlfriend Lil and I, we took the whole day off and we thrifted our way down US 1 all the way to Jupiter and hit lots of different thrift stores. Got some great stuff. Can't wait to show you. So I'll see you again real soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the haul. And don't do that. Managed to pull to, see?